This one is for those of you who feel like shit when they wake up, when you're going through your day, and just before you go to bed. To be frank, that's how I've been feeling lately. In the last couple of weeks. More like 2 months, maybe 3 or 4. I am trying to do what's right, and I did try for the last 3 years. But unfortunately, things did not go as planned. And you hear people all the time saying, successful people, man, I never thought I'd be here. And I'm in I share the exact same opinion. Man, I never thought I'd be here. But by being here, I don't mean being successful. I mean being a failure. It's harsh, but it is true. I literally feel like a failure. Even though I did a lot of great things, truth is I have nothing to show for it. I have truly let the image that I aspired to achieve of myself fall very short of what I aspired that image to be. And every day I wake up, it doesn't start when I wake up. It starts just before I go to sleep. I think, today was shit, but maybe I'll wake up and tomorrow will be a better day. And I'll wake up and I try to make it better. But unfortunately for the last couple of months, I have failed massively at doing it. I don't know what happened to me since the last time I got betrayed by my 2 business partners. But I just haven't been able to do anything right. The only thing I'm good for right now is going to the gym and lifting these weights, which ain't even that heavy, because I'm not very strong. Obviously, I am very disappointed in myself. And as I said, I never thought I'd be here. I never thought that if you would have asked me 3 years ago that I would be where I am and this would be my state of mind, man, I wouldn't have believed you. I'd be like, no way. Because the amount of work I put, the sacrifices I made, don't justify the position I am. It's sad, Sometimes in life you can do everything right and still fail. That's a quote I don't know if someone else said it. I don't know if it's mine, but that's one that my experience has taught me. Maybe it's not true to your life, but it sure as hell is true to mine. And every day I just ask myself, man, what can I do to make myself feel better? And I search for answers, I try to do things, but none of them quite do it for me. And I'm in a situation of despair. Because the options I'm considering to get out of this rut are getting more and more desperate. And even the most desperate ideas I've had so far that I've tried to kick off haven't exactly been a smooth sail. They've been I've been suffering a lot of resistance to get going. I know that a lot of you probably are on YouTube to learn shit and to get taught things and not to listen to someone else whine about their lives and about the tough moments. But this is my truth, this is just my life. And sometimes I wonder, is there anyone else out there in the same position I am? You've been trying entrepreneurship for years, trying to be an exceptional man amongst exceptional men, but you failed massively. Man, please tell me there's one of you out there. I want to get to know you, I want to meet you, I want to connect with you, I want to do some, because it's hard being betrayed all these times, feeling like crap constantly, but above all, just being completely alone. Because I am completely alone out here. I confess, completely, absolutely. And I have little hope for the future, but I'm not planning on quitting. Quitting would only make things worse, and I don't need that now. Moving on to the next topic. I have touched this topic briefly on my first video, but I wanted to go more in depth into it. And I also want to use this as a reminder to myself to not become this person. It's so common, I told you guys that I had been going through Reddit, YouTube videos, trying to find people in the same predicament as me in order to try to connect to them. But all I find is people who are in a slightly better, equal, or worse position than me. And they're not searching for answers. They're giving people answers. Broke guys who've been failing in entrepreneurship just like me, telling people how to be unstoppable in the pursuit of their dreams. What else? There was another video here about how life as a man is non-stop work and you should get used to it. And I mean, with all due respect to these people, but they're speaking in certainties. I don't want to become that guy. I don't want to come on here and tell you guys what to do, what is right and what is wrong. Truth is, I am not that guy. I'm not Jesus. I'm not God. I'm not Prophet Muhammad. I do not know what is right and what is wrong, what you should or shouldn't do with your life, what life as a man is or isn't, if it's the same for everyone or if it differs from person to person. I am also not qualified to tell you guys how to be this and that. I just cringe, whenever I go through this timeline trying to find people in the same predicament as me. You know what, today I came across this quote. Let me see if I can try to remember it. Always search for people who are looking for answers, but always suspect those who say they've already found them. And this also ties to another quote I like a lot, which is, assumption is the mother of all failures. Once you assume you know something, that's when that thing is bound to bite you in the ass. When you assume that certain people are trustworthy, like I did in the past. I assumed that my previous business partners were reliable. That was my downfall, assuming things. And these people, they assume they're right. Damn, Some of them are out here making videos like they're Jesus, all-knowing, giving advice even though they're nobodies. Please do not let me become that guy. Whenever you guys see something or hear something about me that you do not agree with, maybe, just please point it out. I will not see it as hate. I want to be introspective. It's the goal of this channel, to get better. I'm not out here to give you guys advice and tell you what you should do with your lives. I'm here just trying to find my own answers and help you guys find your own answers. Obviously, my perspective and other people's perspective might be cool to listen to, but at the end of the day, the answers of what you do with your life, they have to be your own.